Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Jacksonville Buzz. I am your host, Adrienne Houghton. Joining me in the studio now is Tony Davis from Crestcom Leadership Development, and we're going to find out a little bit about what that is all about. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. So tell me, Crestcom.
Yeah. Well, Crestcom, we are a global franchise network, okay, and we've been developing leaders for local companies for over 35 years. And we work with companies across all shapes and sizes and across all industries. And really, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. At the end of the day, your managers and your leadership teams are dealing with the same issues.
Same issues, just different product.
Exactly. Okay. You know, and right now it's really hard to find people. And notice I didn't even say good people. It's hard to find people. You know, the labor market right now is pretty tight. Now, the challenge is, how do you keep the good ones that you have? Well, Adrienne, the number one reason why good employees leave good companies is because of their managers.
Oh, interesting.
So
being poor.
Being poor, exactly.
So you need to teach the managers how to retain their staff.
The positive business impact of proactive leadership development is almost immeasurable. Because if you think about it, anything that we do in business that's reactive is probably going to have resulted in some collateral damage.
Right.
So if you're doing reactive leadership development, you probably lost some employees, you've probably let some profitability get away. Maybe your employee retention is down. So if you can get out ahead of these things by giving your managers the skills that they need to effectively handle the workplace challenges that they see, you're going to be a much better off company as a result of it.
I mean, that sounds like common sense, actually. But how many of the companies actually know that that's the problem? How do you find those companies and say to them, you know what your problem is? It's this.
You'd be surprised. I think most of them know, but most of them don't want to do anything about it because there's never really a good time for training, right? We have to go out and sell more jobs. We've got to install more jobs. We have to take care of our customers. And oh yeah, right, we're going to find time to proactively train in the area of leadership development. Now, the smart companies get it. My clients, they get it and they understand it. And they know that the value of proactive leadership development is going to far exceed those other opportunity costs that we're talking about. But a lot of them don't, you know, it's like, well, I have to do compliance training and I have to do safety training. I have to squeeze those in. But leadership development, we're doing okay without it. And I hear that all the time.
So do you go to the companies and say, let me tell you about what we can do for you?
I do. I do. I make my phone calls. I talk my way into different offices. See, and here's the thing. I bought the franchise not because I was a previous Crestcom customer. It's because I wasn't, okay? In February of 2021...
But you wish you'd had been.
Exactly.
Okay.
In February 2021, I sold 3 businesses, okay? Now, within that scope, I had a lot of employees and I dealt with customers and I had all kinds of issues that I know business owners are faced with every single day. Yeah. I know what keeps business owners up at night because it's the exact same stuff that kept me up at night. And when I was doing my due diligence in trying to figure out what my next chapter was going to be, and I started going down all these different rabbit holes and researching Crestcom, my thought was, man, I wish I would have had this. And it instantly sold me on the opportunity because now I was going to be able to sit across from other business owners and tell them, look, trust me.
I've been there.
I've been, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is going to help with some of the stresses that you run into from day to day.
Now, you say this is a global business. Interestingly enough, is there a difference between being in Jacksonville and being in, let's say, I don't know, Ohio? The difference with the companies and what you would have to do and the training? I know you said it pretty much managers and managers, but...
There's really not much difference, okay? Because throughout our global franchise network, our program is a 12-month leadership development process. And each month we do 4-hour training sessions.
Right.
And within those 4 hours, we do two-hour leadership modules on different leadership skills. So it doesn't matter if I'm in Ohio and I own the Ohio market, or if I'm in Jacksonville, or if I'm in England or whatever, we're doing the same curriculum because we understand that some companies may be headquartered here in Jacksonville, but they might have managers in Ohio.
Sure.
So to keep that consistency and that common thread in the training amongst all the managers in the program, we're all training on the same topics. So there's really not much different from here in the United States with, what different challenges are that companies are facing. It's just varying degrees, kind of based on market conditions.
We could keep going for a long time, but we're running out of time.
Sure.
And so I'm going to say thank you, and please come back. Let's hear more, because I think it's fascinating, and I think the viewers would like to hear too.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much.
Thank you,
indeed.
Adrienne.
Thank you. And if you'd like to know any more information about Crestcom Leadership Development, go to jacksonvillebuzz.com. I'm Adrienne Houghton. Thank you for watching.